I think we are live. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abasad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and get started. Actually, before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss in this video is for educational purposes only. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to download the free ebook. Link for that is in the description. Also, in the description of the video below, I copied and pasted the list that I'm about to go over, but I didn't just copy this list. I copied my entire daily watch list for tomorrow, which is much longer than this list. But basically in this weekly video that I do, I go over the swing ideas that I like for Monday. Okay, a lot of these ideas don't end up triggering tomorrow, then I will watch them for a trigger on Tuesday or Wednesday, but that's basically what I do. So bullish and bearish watches. As always, please, if you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, leave us a comment or email us, info@t3live.com. And again, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time we put up a new video. All right, so here we go. I've been telling you, I don't think we're gonna see much of a pullback. I've been saying that for weeks now, and really we never got much of a pullback at all. In fact, on SPY made new highs and the IWM broke out on Friday big time. So the market is just so bullish right now, and Bitcoin is at 40,000, I believe. Talked about it in last week's video. Let me just double check right now, see what price it's at. Bitcoin, it should be about 40. It's over 40. So Bitcoin is looking good. Everything looks really bullish. There are some stocks that are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. One of those would be Affirm, which was highlighted in last week's video. In fact, the very first symbol that I went over was Affirm. It's an official play in the newsletter, but I hope you took it because it's up really nice. Things like that are up a lot. If they gap up tomorrow, then maybe we'll see some kind of a sell-off, because that would be a novice gap. It's not just the Affirm, there's a bunch of them, but this comes to mind right away. So things like that are up so much, yeah, we might see them sell off a little bit, especially if we put in a pretty big gap tomorrow. Okay, and then yes, I think we can expect to see them pull back a little bit, but we'll see what ends up happening. But overall, the market is just bullish. There's no two ways about it. Just really bullish. Okay, so I didn't know what symbols to pick for today's video, because usually what I do is I pick the ones that I feel are most ready to trigger on Monday, right? So when I do the video on the weekend, every weekend, I pick the symbols that I feel about ready to trigger. But in this case, there's too many of them. So what I decided to pick the symbols that are the common, the name brands, so to speak, the companies and the stocks that are really liquid, that you're probably watching anyway, so I can give you the entry for those. Okay, so we'll start off with the AI, and this list is sorted alphabetically. We'll start off with the AI. As you can see, AI is basing, but it's not a very tight base. That's the only problem with the AI. It's not a tight base. But if you look at the monthly chart, it's also a monthly buy setup. So I like it. Let me see what scaling I have on. It doesn't matter, but that's a nice monthly buy setup. So here's the entry for it on AI. It would be over 31.80, 83. Let's just say. You can also do it over 32 to be safe. Stop would be under 28.34. Okay, as a monthly buy setup, long-term play on the AI. DoorDash, base breakout on the daily. Also on the weekly, 1, 2, 3, like it higher over $97, stop under $92.50 on the DoorDash. The DraftKings, same exact setup, base breakout on the daily, or kind of a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly, over $39.35, stop under $37.14 on the DraftKings. Moderna, I believe, bottomed. Check out the Moderna monthly chart. So down a lot, finally puts in that bottoming tail. I'm telling you, Moderna bottomed. So I like it higher, over 81.12. That's the monthly bar's high. Stop would be under the base on the daily chart. We wouldn't need to give it all that room. all that much room, just to 75.60 or so. Okay, and target up here 100 plus on the Moderna. MSTR is the only crypto that's not too late. We have one open position in the newsletter that's crypto. It's the Coinbase. It's the best one. So I hope you're in it. But so we have that. But the one that's not, and I have the BT. I also have the BT. I wish I have the Mara and Riot. I was actually in the Mara, but I got shaken out, and it's not coming up now. So that would have been nice. But at any rate, I have 50 positions open, something like this. Crazy times right now. The MSTR is the only one that's been basing, and so I like it higher over the base. Stop under it. Target $700, something around 700. So long-term play. The match, I think, also might have bottomed. Look at the monthly. So over that monthly bar's high, stop, technically speaking, should be under that monthly bar's low. But instead of putting it under the low, maybe we can use a tighter stop off the daily chart under 31.30. An entry would still be above that monthly bar's high over the base right here. So match, I think, also bottomed. NTAP looks higher. Look at that hourly base. So over the base, stop under it. Big stop, because the stop would have to go under 88.60 on the NTAP. But again, I didn't go with the best ideas for tomorrow. You want to check the list in the description? Go for it. I'm just going with the most liquid, with the name brands basically. Oracle over the base. These are all good. Don't get me wrong. These are all good. Stop under the base. Target the prior high, the all-time high on Oracle. PayC. We were in the PayC. I played the PayC twice and got out, I think, under this bar's low. And now it looks higher again. So PayC had a big gap down and is getting bought. Like it higher over the base. Stop under it. And target the gap fill all the way up to about 240 maybe on the PayC. Another one that looks like the PayC is the Align, ALGN, gap down and it's breaking out. So I like it. It's not on the list, but I like it. Over 225.30, stop under 212.50, target 250. The PayC has more R to R, reward to risk. The PLTR, like it higher a lot, over 2031, super tight stop under over 2031, tight stop under 1950. That's pretty tight for something like the PLTR, so like it a lot. Starbucks, believe it or not, long over 99.30, stop under 97.50 on the Starbucks. Big pullback, but look at the monthly. It's a monthly buy setup, so it should work as long as it takes out Friday's high, which is again 99.30. SCDG, already in it, but would like to add to it over the base. It's like 85.12. Stop can be as tight as Friday's low, which is 76.14. That's still $9. It's a really big stop, but looks like it's also bottoming. Look at the monthly on it. I mean, that's a nice monthly chart. I'm also in the ENPH, is another solar stock. Looks a little bit more bullish right now than the SCDG. This is an official play for both of these. Official plays, open positions in the newsletter. Right now, the open positions in the newsletter, knock on wood, are up, I think, 60 plus Rs, meaning risk units. Whatever you risked, you're up 60 times the risk. So 60 Rs, I think, the open positions is what I calculated. The TGT looks good. It should be higher, but it's not a tight stop. So long over 135, stop under 130.30 on the TGT. Should be higher. Okay, and then the potential targets would be, I would say 160, about 160 on the target. Tesla, how about the Tesla daily buy setup? Long over 240.20, or to be a little bit safer, wait for it to get above 242. It's 241.85, let's say 242. Okay, stop all the way down under 231.90. So it's a big stop on the Tesla. And then lastly, it's the Twilio. It's not a good pattern, but Twilio monthly looks higher. Look at the Twilio monthly. I mean, that looks good. So I like it higher. There are a lot of monthly charts that look amazing, but they're too late for now if you're not in them. Like Roku, for example, that looks really good. but it's too late. I don't have a setup for it just yet, right? So anything that looks that's starting to transition higher on the monthly chart, I'm watching all of those. Some I'm already in, like Affirm, like I said, you know, that's transitioning on the monthly, but others, if you know, it's too late, so I'm watching for a pullback, such as the shop. I'm not in that. That looks great, so I'm gonna watch for a pullback, and the Roku also. All right, so that's the Twilio. The entry for it would be over, I think $67, maybe 67. I would say 67, 62 to be safe, because it's extended already. Stop under 64.10. I'll show you the STNE. I wanted to get it for a while now, but it was extended and just kept going up and up and up and up. So look at the monthly on the STNE. Looks gorgeous. But so that's why the Twilio, even though it's a little bit extended, I don't normally chase like this, but the monthly is not too late at all. Whereas the STNE, I can't right now. I'd have to wait. Amazing move on the STNE. Okay, here's the shorts. That's my entire watch list short for tomorrow. Can you believe it? Fossil, base breakdown, meaning I don't have any good shorts. That's just 5 total. Fossil, short under the base. It actually looks good, but it's a $1 stock. Under 107, stop over 125 on the Fossil. Grant, GRNT, I don't think that's ready yet, but notice how there's that big base and it's trying to break down. Let's take a look at the weekly chart also. That looks lovely, but I don't think it's quite ready for tomorrow. Under 580, stop over 630, 637 actually, on the Grant. LAC, what is wrong with the LAC? Wow, does that stand for the Los Angeles Clippers? I don't know what's wrong with them. So base breakdown, hasn't been able to rally at all after collapsing basically the last few months. Hasn't been able to rally. So under the base, stop above it. But notice the 20, it's flat. I want a declining 20. So that's the issue with the LAC. Oxy, somebody better tell Buffett. Looks lower. Do I love it? I don't. But short under 58.78, stop over 59.60, target $56. And I think the VET from the oil stocks looks lower also. Check out the VET basing, but it's not tight enough, so I didn't even include it in the list. And then WB is a 1, 2, 3 if it can take out 962. That would be the entry. The stop would be over 10.15 on the WB. All right, so that will do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, and be sure again to hit the like button if you have. Reach out if you have any questions, info@t3live.com. Check out the links in the description if you'd like to join me in the newsletter or in the day trading room. Links in the description. Thank you so much. Enjoy whatever is left of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Ciao.